Hey guys, welcome back. As I said in my first video, I do offer a service for providing expert personalised feedback to your personal statement. This can be done by dropping me an email. All of the details have been posted below, so make sure you check it out. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hi guys, welcome back. In the last session, we looked at identifying your personal skills. And in this video, we're going to really address the main body of your personal statement. The main body, as you can see, is made up of the academic element and the extracurricular element. We're going to primarily focus on the academic element for this video, and the next video will be assessing more the extracurricular side. So we can see the academic side is about 22 to 27 lines. So it is really the fundamental element of your personal statement. It should make up over half of your personal statement. So this main body is split into three parts. So the first part is why you are suited for your subject. The second part is why you are suited to your chosen course. And of course, the final third part, which I'll stress that we'll attack in our next video, is your extracurricular activities. So when we're going through this video, it's important that you sort of, we're going to be sort of taking 5 minutes to get down bullet points for each part. We're not actually going to sit here for 5 minutes. You guys are just going to pause your screens, pause the video, get 5 minutes to get bullet points down, and then continue it whenever you've completed the task. So whenever I set a task, I'll just say, okay, we're going to pause it, and then I'll continue with the rest of the video. So the first part of the main body is why you are suited for your subject. I get a lot of questions asking, why is there David Beckham, a picture of him? And I typed in suited and I just couldn't find anything else to sort of go with this slide, and he's wearing a suit, so it might seem a bit of a loose link, but there you go. Why are you suited for your subject? So the main points here are your main academic interests. So what is it about economics that really appeals to you? What is it that you want to continue studying in the future? Have you read something that you've really liked? Have you read something that you thought was interesting or challenging? What really drives you towards economics is the main sort of element of this subcategory. Again, what makes the course right for you? So it's a two-way process. You're applying to university, but also you need to think it's not just any university you want to. You want to go to a course which you think is going to suit you best. So yeah, just on this part, if you guys could just pause the video for about 5 minutes or so, just take some bullet points down, really consider each of these areas and what really drives you and what motivates you. And yeah, feel free to continue whenever you've done this. Okay, hopefully you guys have got your points down, and we're now going to talk in a bit more detail about why you are suited for your subject. I think this is quite difficult for a lot of people because it's quite broad and quite open. And what I think is a fantastic way to sort of see if you're interested or see what attracts you is to read up the course syllabuses. So quite often people say, oh, I don't really know what economics is, or I don't know what I'm going to be doing at uni. Well, you should be going out and finding out what you will be doing. So you should be looking online. A lot of the syllabuses are very freely available if you search on the university's website. So say, for instance, you want to go to York, you would type in University of York economics syllabus or something along those lines. And then it will sort of break it down into what papers you would be taking, what the papers sort of entail, how you can sort of prepare for it. And I think this is also a fantastic way to show that you are passionate and you've gone further to actually research what you will be doing. And if you mention this in your personal statement, you could just sort of say, right, I'm really excited to be studying econometrics, or I'm excited to be studying the maths or statistics side, it sort of shows that you're thinking about the future. It shows that you've done your research and you actually know what you will be doing and are excited by it. So that's a great thing if you can sort of put into your personal statement. But if you're still sort of a bit caught between two minds of what to apply for, you're still not certain, hopefully if you go through the syllabuses, you'll see something that interests you above other things. So you might think, oh, macroeconomic, oh, that's boring. Micro, that's boring. Oh, game theory module, that seems quite cool. I'm excited by that. And it could be all different modules or papers which excite you. And that's a great way to sort of think, right, okay, this is what I'm going to sort of aim my personal statement towards. I'm going to aim it towards this specific area of economics, as opposed to just generally economics in general. So yeah, the more tailored you can be in your personal statement towards specific areas of economics, the better. So yeah, definitely better if you could be more specific than just be general about economics, saying, oh, economics is great, economics is good. If you say game theory or economic modeling or valuations or prisoner's dilemma or whatever it is that you really like, if you can be specific, much better than being generic. Okay, another thing to sort of show why you are suited for your subject is to bring in your further reading outside of your A-level or IB syllabus. And this is what sort of has inspired you. And this is really the place to mention it in this main bulk of your personal statement. I've done a video earlier about showing your personal interest within the field. And this is really where you want to be driving it in, getting in these readings, getting in your further interest, what you've done to really sell yourself. So just to go back to the structure, the introduction is quite broad and generic about economics or about a specific topic. And then when you get into the main body, then you want to start bringing in these readings. I've seen a lot of people fall into the trap where they sort of jump straight in and say, oh, I read this, I read that in the introduction. And it kind of is a bit illogical and sort of shows that it's not been properly planned out. So definitely the place for your further readings or any courses or lectures you've gone to would be in this main bulk, not the introduction. Yeah, and the next one, you should make sure that you avoid writing empty statements by backing everything up with facts. So if you're going to sort of have a strong opinion or a strong line of argument, or that might be controversial, make sure that you have a reading to support it, or that you have some statistics to sort of back up your argument. For instance, you might say the earth is flat. Okay, something just completely not controversial, but something which is a very ludicrous sort of statement. And if you do say something which is just like, whoa, okay, back it up. I'm not suggesting say in your personal statement, say that the world is flat. But you might say Brexit is going to be a good thing for the UK. And that's something which is a bit controversial and needs to be backed up with more stats and facts and statistics. So you can't just make a big sort of claim without backing it up. I think the second example, the Brexit example, is a lot better than anything to do with the flat earth. Just avoid that full stop. But yeah, so you don't want to just say Brexit is going to be good and then not explain it. You want to sort of back it up by saying, oh, I read this sort of article in The Economist where they had this sort of different perspective and I found it interesting. This led me to read this and that. You really want to sort of tell a story on what you've learned and how it's led to you to go to these different places within the sort of field of study. The next part of the main body, which we're going to be focusing on this video lesson, is why you are suited for your chosen course. And it might sound similar to the last slide, but we'll kind of go through what this basically entails. So this is less focused on academic topics. So it might be any sort of challenge you've had in life. So you might have been rejected from uni before and you've sort of had this challenge where you sort of need to come up, show your motivation, show your hard work, show that you're the right person to study at university. You show that you're resilient, show that you want this place more than anything and what you've done to get into this position you're in now. It could be any work experience or relevant prizes or competitions, which sort of aren't academic, but aren't extracurricular. They're sort of in this middle ground. Um, and I think work experiences are a great place to sort of interlink your skills. So you might have work, and what is really fundamental is it doesn't matter what work experience you have. You could be you could have been working as an investment banker at Goldman Sachs, or you could be working in your local corner shop. The thing that matters most is what you've learned from it and how you can get this down onto a piece of paper. So there's no value in saying, oh, I was an investment banker in Goldman Sachs for 2 weeks, or I was shadowing an investment banker, unless you're reflecting on it. It's much better if you would say that I worked at my local newsagent. This gave me like the confidence to interact with different customers, and sort of understand the basic economics of sort of financing and how you pay rent, how you buy stocks, you sell it for more. If you can sort of reflect on it and sort of kind of relate it directly to economics, then that's so much better than just saying, oh, I've got this work experience, full stop. And yeah, it's important that you are really incorporating your useful skills. I've done a video previously on useful skills. And if you guys haven't seen that, it might be good to go back and have a look and see how important it is to sort of integrate these useful skills into your personal statement. And yeah, again, just sort of really trying to drive this home that you want to describe in detail what you've learned from any experiences mentioned. So you don't want to just be name dropping or saying lists. You rather want to be reflecting on specifically what you've learned. I'm just going to go back to the sort of headline slide. So that sort of concludes this video lesson, because in this section, we just wanted to talk about why you're suited for your subject and why you're suited for the chosen course. So yeah, hopefully you guys have learned a thing or two. In the next session, we're going to be looking at the sort of third sort of bulk, which is the extracurricular side, which is obviously a fundamental element. But you'll see that the academic element, so the first two bullet points on this slide, should be much longer than the third one. So hopefully you guys tune in for the extracurricular activities, and I'll see you guys in a bit.